What's up, Cardfighters? Ryan here from Vanguard Central, bringing you a brand new updated Thing Blaster deck profile.
Stand up, Vanguard!
Starting with our grade 3s, we are running 4 copies of Secret Thingsaver Dragon. Thingsaver is one of the ultimate closers for Royal Paladin for its ability to have the triple attack, or known as the double restand. It's very great when you're able to control your counterblast as well as push your opponent really high with the early game that Thing Blaster has to offer. So ultimately one of the best grade 3s for Royal Paladin. For our backup 3, we're running 1 copy of Majesty Lord Blaster. Majesty's there for a guaranteed grade 3 in hand since we are running Wingle Brave as our starter. It's great for early game also, and you can also use it for a stride fodder if you already have your 3. But it's always nice to sit on a grade 3 blaster as well. And then 1 backup Blue Sky Knight Ultima. Ultima is pretty much there for the stride fodder play if you were to play it early. And it's also not a bad alternative if you can't play, the usual Thing Blaster deck. Ultima is not a bad backup. For our grade 2s, you're running 4 copies of Favored People of Light and Dark Lu. Lu is amazing in this. Yeah, you don't want to lose to him. So basically, he is a 12k hitter as long as you can boost him with a Flogel or a Barkle, one of the new ones from set 6. And what's ridiculous is that the early game that this guy has, he enables a lot of multi-attacks as well as magic numbers, swinging at 19 at a 9k Vanguard, or even 17 or 16 at an 11k. So it makes some pretty nice numbers with Lu. And then next we got 4 copies of Blaster Blade, Boku no Bunshin. He is one of the main grade 2s in this deck as well, just because of his ability to restand with Flogel, turning him into a super Tidal Assault if you're going for a Ultima Stride play or anything like that. And he is also our unflip engine if you do end up having a Blaster Vanguard, thanks to our new grade 1 Barkle. And next we got 3 copies of Blaster Blade Seeker. It's basically the mate for Thingsaver, as well as the ability to have kind of like a stops aggression if you are on a Seeker Vanguard. If you are on Thingsaver or if you're getting rushed down, you have 2 in hand, you can ride this Blaster Blade and call another, and you get a nice retire in the front row, or grade 2 or greater. And then next we got 1 copy of Blaster Dark. Blaster Dark is there pretty much for the play for MLB since you are able to grab it out with Lu. And then next we got 1 Blaster Blade Spirit.
Ooh, shiny.
Because Blaster Blade Spirit is a nice 10k body. You can always fetch it out with Wingle Brave if you wanted to. It's pretty nice. For our grade 1s, we are running 4 copies of Holy Knight Guardian. Holy Knight Guardian is, of course, being the Perfect Guard G, the unflipping Perfect Guard, because this is a pretty counterboss heavy deck, so you want to unflip as much as you can. 4 stride fodders because you want to stride as much as possible, being a stride based deck, and the main factor that we're only playing 6 grade 3s.
Are those 4 shined foils?
Yes. And then next we got 4 Blaster Friend Barkle. He's there for the unflip plays and also the boosting behind Lu's. It turns it into 19. And as long as you have a Blaster Vanguard and Blaster Blade is placed in the same column, you can go ahead and get that free unflip. And then 2 copies of Swordsman of Light Blaster Rapier Laura. Laura is pretty much there for the Blaster name for the turn 1 ride, and you can get it off with the Wingle pretty early. And also its resist comes in handy against starting matchups. For our triggers, we are running 8 crit, 4 of them being Belinus for the Ultima, and 4 of them being Flogel. Flogel is a disgusting crit that a lot of people are now afraid of just because of its ability to restand Blaster Blade. It's been known to be a huge threat in Sanctuary Guard decks, but just as much as Sanctuary Guard in this deck just because of Ultima. Whereas Ultima Stride can go ahead and grab their Blaster Blade and give it extra power. And then 4 draws, 4 of them being Margot, since we are playing Thingsaver, so Margot's always there for the clutch if you don't have enough soul. And then 4 heals. And our starter is, of course, Wingle Brave. Wingle Brave is amazing because he kind of is safe from almost every deck, in the sense where a lot of decks have to take damage in order to kill him off. And what's great is that we have these grade 1 blasters that you can go ahead and ride and get Wingle off right away. So he hides in the soul, and you can get your grade 3 or your 2 or even a 1 if you needed. So Wingle Brave is all around great in this deck. Moving on to the brand new updated GZone, since we are now introduced with 16 cards. We got 4 copies of Holy Dragon Religious Soul Saver. Soul Saver is great in this deck if you can stride over a blaster, because not only if you have 2 blasters in the soul, you can also give a nice plus 5k to 3 units. So you get a nice board power up as well as an extra crit if you have the blasters in the soul. So I run this at 4 because striding it twice is just amazing, especially you can do it early first stride as a crit, or you can do it late game to really punish your opponent. And next we got 4 copies of Aerial Divine Knight Ultima. Ultimal is amazing in this deck just because it can grab the Blaster Blades, especially if you have the Flogel combo ready. So you can go ahead and swing with your Blaster Blade multiple times and stack all triggers on it, which is going to be great for Ultimal because it does give plus 3k to the front row, as well as if you call it with its own skill, then it's going to go ahead and make it a 17k hitter by itself. So any trigger on top of that is going to make a nice 15k guard. And after that, we got 2 copies of Saint Blow Dragon. Saint Blow is there for like a last second finisher if you don't have enough resources to go ahead and pull it off, or pull off any other skills. Saint Blow is great for the Link Joker matchup since you do only need 2 on board. So what I like doing sometimes is like calling a Margle to have another rear guard, using Saint Blow's skill, and then putting Margle in the soul to hide it so that my board doesn't, you know, get locked or anything like that. And we're running 1 Madoo, just because we do have a 10k Vanguard, which is Majesty Lord Blaster, so just in case you get stuck on him and you have nothing else to go into, you can go ahead and grab another 3. We get 1 Gablade, just when stuff is not going your way at all, you can always go into Gablade for a nice on-hit grade 2. And for our G Guardians, we are running 2 copies of Holy Dragon, Laser Guard Dragon. Laser Guard Dragon is one of the more easy cost to get because all you need to do to get the extra plus 5k shield is to have a grade 2 on board, which is pretty easy to get since grade 2s are pretty reliant in Royal Paladin decks. And I'm playing 1 Dark Element Dismal. Dismal's there to stop the Laurel plays as well as the Cross, and also to protect our rear guards since our rear guards are pretty important, such as Blaster Blade and Lu. And then 1 Metal Element Screw. Screw is great in this deck, I think so, because sometimes you end up drawing into your other Thingsaver copies, so this enables you to turn Thingsaver into an extra 10k shield, when you can go ahead and discard it for this cost. And it's great against any like guard restrict type of decks, because you do get extra shield because you're technically not guarding from hand, but you are generation guarding. Thanks for watching, guys. That was our deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And do you like the idea of the new 16 card GZone? It's great, I think, because it enables a lot more versatility. You can add more religious, you can add more Ultimal, etc. So I think it's great, and the G guards do help a lot. So like I always say, guys, like our videos if you haven't already. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe for more content. Vanguard Central out.